Wow, the stuff that's going on with Daniel Bryan right now. In case you missed it, big news that's going on with Daniel Bryan in the WWE. It looks as though legitimately, from what I've been able to hear here, and I don't have direct sources like that, but I've done my own little homework as best as I could. And the way things are looking right now, this seems to be legit of what's going on with Daniel Bryan, as Daniel Bryan shocked the WWE Universe and said that he's going to have to go get some surgery this Thursday, basically help fix his neck. And when you were first taking all this in, as I had said on Monday night, and which, by the way, if you're not checking us out Monday night, you should, because we do a live RCWR show, hangout / web show on YouTube. It gives you an opportunity to see me in the flesh, interact with me. You guys are able to chime in on what you had thought about Raw for that respective week. As I said on there Monday night, it just really kind of came off like they were trying to borrow a page from Edge's playbook. Remember, it was like 3 years ago this week that Edge had shocked the WWE Universe and the wrestling community by announcing his retirement just one night after successfully defending his World Heavyweight Championship against Alberto Del Rio, as the numerous amount of injuries that really happened to his spine, his neck, it took its toll to the point he had to retire. It was basically through luck that he did not end up in a wheelchair. So as you're taking in this information with Daniel Bryan announcing he has to go get surgery, you can't help but think to yourself, I know I was, wow, okay, so they're pulling a page out of Edge's playbook. They're trying to make him really come off like the underdog or whatever. What's going on right here? And remember what I told you guys on Monday night. I said, if this really is legit, then we need to be sitting on our hands and seeing how WWE is going to be handling this. And notice how they ended things with Daniel Bryan. They didn't just have him make his little announcement and then he rides off into the sunset. No. That's not how they broke it down. The way they handled it was later on in the night, Stephanie McMahon, she's trying to make peace with Daniel Bryan. We see Kane come out. Kane basically has a lifeless corpse of Daniel Bryan, just drags him across to the stage ramp area, leaves him right there, battered, bruised, all that good stuff. EMTs come out, whole 9 yards. You see his wife, Bree, she's helping Daniel get onto the stretcher, and they're basically loading him up on the ambulance truck, and that's pretty much it for Daniel Bryan. They did that in a way where once Thursday comes and we find out what's going on with him and his surgery, see, WWE, they don't know right now how long this guy is going to be out. Understand that. Let it sink in, the fact that we didn't see Daniel Bryan get stripped of the titles yet. Why? Because everything comes down to that doctor that's going to be seeing him this Thursday. And I'm sure that WWE is going to be pressing for Daniel Bryan to try to get more than one opinion on ETA as far as when he'll be back in-ring action-wise. So depending on what they say, this could be a scenario, folks, where Daniel Bryan, maybe he might just have minor need of surgery. Maybe he just needs to have a little minor incision done on him somewhere around his neck area, and they basically go in and they clean out some stuff or whatever, and boom, he's back 3 weeks later. Hey, no problem. He can go back in the ring. He can do his thing, right? But there's also the flip side to that. This could end in a way where Daniel Bryan, he gets some other type of surgery that is needed. There's no way he can dance around it, and he could be out anywhere from 3 to 6 months. It just really depends on how severe this injury is. But it's possible that we could be seeing this championship that WWE, Triple H, the powers that be, all the players that were involved in telling this long story and ultimately making Daniel Bryan be the man and be the face of the company. We could see all this basically just go up in smoke, as the championship will have to be vacated. Honestly, folks, turbulent times in the WWE, no matter how you cut it. It's very, very turbulent times in the WWE. And they're in a position right now where we got this whole changing of the guard. We got the Shield coming in. They're making their presence felt. We got Bray Wyatt. Who else we got in there? We got Bo Dallas. We got Paige. We got Biggie Langston. Really great time to be a WWE fan right now because you see just this big old injection of new talent that's just coming in, and they're winning the hearts of many WWE fans. And you have Daniel Bryan at the center of it all, and to basically have him be removed. I mean, hey, you got John Cena right there, but does anybody really want that big old cup of John Cena as WWE World Heavyweight Champion right now? I don't think so. I mean, I see the comments you guys give me daily on YouTube, and there are a lot of you guys that just, and I gotta delete them because I see it so freaking often, that hate John Cena with a passion. You don't want to see him anywhere near that WWE Championship, and I feel where you guys are coming from. Like I said Monday night, though, this could be a scenario where if WWE is able to work things out with Dave Bautista, whether some of you all may like it or not, Dave Bautista could be the one to become the World Heavyweight Champion. But you know what? If I could just have my personal pick, some of you guys may not agree with this. Some of you may feel that it's very controversial what I'm getting ready to say right here, okay? Given the inconsistency that's been going on. But just feel me on this for a little bit, and then we'll part ways from the discussion of Daniel Bryan and his injury. But if a new WWE World Heavyweight Champion has to be crowned, I think you should give the devil his due. I think Kane should get the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. This guy has been put through so much shit over the years. He's been involved in some of the worst segments. He's been involved in some pretty hilarious segments. He's been involved in some pretty good, memorable segments where you're reminded once in a blue moon just how damn good he is on the mic. And anybody that wants to challenge that, go back to when he was the World Heavyweight Champion on SmackDown. What was it? 3 consecutive months, 3 consecutive pay-per-views at that he had defeated The Undertaker. I mean, Kane was just so freaking on point. That's just one example, but when you really go back and you open that big old history book of Kane's career in the WWE, a lot of cold moments, a lot of hits, a lot of misses, but through it all, he's continued to stay loyal. He's continued to do everything that the company has asked him to do. And I would like to believe that at least in some wrestling promotions, there is that sense of, okay, you know what? You have given us loyalty, and you know what? When it's counted the most, we've been able to depend on you. When it's counted most, you've been able to deliver, whether it's in the ring, you do PR work for us, whatever. I just really feel that sooner or later, we're going to get to a point where Kane is going to step away from the WWE, and I think that before that happens, it would really be so freaking badass if we saw Kane get that proper justice, get that proper reign as a WWE champion. Because, man, especially when you look at how long ago it was that he last held the championship. I mean, we're talking almost 15 years ago, folks. Almost 15 years ago when last he was a WWE champion. And if you're keeping track at home, he's only touched that belt once. Only once. I don't know about you guys, but that's a hell of a stretch to go without touching that main title. Yeah, he's been maybe the ECW champion. He's been the World Heavyweight champion. He's been a tag champion. He's been maybe a hardcore champion. We can name all the other titles, but what about the big belt itself? The belt that they say, if you get it, you're the man, you're the face of the company. He's only touched it once. I think what they've been doing with Kane within recent weeks, you got to give the devil its due. You got to give WWE Creative its due. They've really been having Kane be set up in a great position where he's been able to really shine. He's really been able to make the most out of this ongoing program with Daniel Bryan. And I don't know what it is. I said it once before, I'll say it again. There's something about Extreme Rules that brings out the best in Kane. I don't know what it is, but it seems like he always cranks it up a notch when it comes to that particular pay-per-view. But I'm really hoping that WWE will be like, you know what? Maybe we should give the belt to Kane. And at least that way, once Daniel Bryan is nice and healed up and he's ready to go, he can basically get the title off of Kane. Some of you guys may not like that. Some of you may be like, Lee, you're jumping way out there. Can't see that happening. That's crazy. That's insane. Hey, let me just say this in closing. We all thought that Mark Henry was never going to be a World Heavyweight Champion or WWE Champion, but it happened, didn't it? He might have not became the WWE Champion, but he did become a World Heavyweight Champion, did he not? Anything can happen in the WWE. It's always good to be optimistic like that, but that's one that's going to have to continue to be watched right there. But, you know, this position that WWE is in, it's very delicate right now, and I commend them for not saying, okay, you know what, Daniel Bryan needs to go get surgery. So for those of you that were expecting to see him, well, we're sorry. If you want a refund, we understand. Because can you just imagine if they were to go on ahead and put out the press release for the future events that they're going to be doing? Not to mention how WWE is going to be coming back to the Washington, D.C. area come this June 23rd, if I'm not mistaken, at the Verizon Center. And I'm actually going to be there on location to report fallout from that respected episode of Raw. But can you just imagine all the backlash that would come as a result of saying, hey, Daniel Bryan's going to be out for X amount of time? Just imagine all the refunds that people would want, that would honestly be in their right to get a refund. WWE is trying to avoid all that, so I got to commend them. It's good PR work the way that they're setting it up right now. It's kind of cool the way that they have things just going about with Daniel Bryan in this story arc right now. It's basically a touch and go situation. I don't really think we all need to be freaking out right now over what's going on with Daniel Bryan. Honestly, is it weird what's going on? Can they afford to lose him? No. I'm hoping for the best, because for you guys, especially you anti-John Cena fans, I would hate for you guys to maybe see a scenario play out where Cena becomes the champion again. I think we all could be in agreement. Randy Orton's probably not going to be touching that belt anytime soon. Triple H is a long shot. Batista is another long shot, seeing as how he's going to be leaving the company shortly to go promote his new Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy movie. So really, your best option, look no further than Kane. And that's why I brought him up. But we'll continue to stay on top of this for you guys. Any breaking news we're able to come across, we'll definitely share it with you all via Twitter and Facebook. Rest assured of that.